Skadoosh ASMR heavy. Hello there, hello there, hello there. It's me, your best bird, with the ASMR goods. Howdy, hello, hi, konnichiwa, guten tag. It is going down. It's me, your best bird with ASMR goods, reporting for duty in Monday night movie club. It's kind of escaped being a Monday night thing on a regular-ish basis, but we'll just keep whacking them out and I'll keep calling it that. So if that's okay with you, then it's okay with me. But yeah, Top Gun was this installment. Top Gun. It's a classic. Classic coming of age type drama. A little bit of drama. But yeah, that's our offering for today. As we'll talk about the film a little, do a bit of colouring, and hopefully good feels, good time for me, good time for you. And other than that, that'll have to do. If that's not good enough, then it is what it is. There's always another option on this channel, maybe a quiz, and if not, then we can just move on to another channel. You don't have to watch mine, that's cool if you do though. And if you have got an idea for a video and you'd like me to make that come to life, let me know what it is and I'll have a little consideration of it. Maybe even do it. You never know. Anyway, without further ado, I bring to you Monday Night Movie Club. So sit back, relax. It's about to begin. So yeah, here we are with Top Gun. It starts off pretty crazy, doesn't it, straight away? So does this video with our Spider-Man pencils, which infuriate me every single time we make one of these. Because as soon as they get worn down, unusable, just constantly snapping, and it gets on at me, to be honest. I'm gonna smash some of these pencils up at some point. It's not gonna be pretty at all. But that's here nor there. That is here nor there. Let's see what we're gonna go with first, as we look for colours that we haven't used yet. So yeah, if it looks a bit of a mess, remember, 1, I'm not an artist, and 2, it is what it is. So yeah, Top Gun came out in 1986, which is crazy when you think about it, actually. Actually, when I was watching it, I was thinking this is a touch dated, to be fair. Now that I think about it, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this is epic, but there's some certain tropes involved in it, and I'm just like, that's a bit dated, to be honest. But yeah, what's his name? Pete Mitchell, right? Yeah, Pete Mitchell. Maverick is the star of the show, played by Tom Cruise, and he does a good job for the most part. There's a scene when he gets back. Spoiler alert, yeah, spoiler alerts. This video is, long and full of spoilers, so good luck with that, yeah. Like I say, we're just here for the crayon sounds. Nice bit of colouring in. This isn't necessarily going to be too artistic. But yeah, anyway, there will be spoilers ahead, so good luck with that, yeah. Other than that, there is, basically, I will give flowers to Tom Cruise on this one bit here, because I was like, wow, that is quality, to be fair. And that's the bit when he gets back in the... There's basically that scene, isn't there, with the accident when he loses Goose. I didn't think after I watched it, I never even considered it the first time, but the second time I was like, I wonder how likely that is to actually perish the way that he did, hitting the, I don't really call that, this bit, when you hit it, when they ejected and this bit popped off and he crashed into that, didn't he, when he ejected onto it. Basically, I'm wondering, is that actually a realistic scenario? Because part of me thinks that maybe he would smash through it, but maybe it's so tough, that glass, that it's like hitting a brick wall, which is fair enough. I just always question films nowadays, because I know it's just for entertainment, but it's just interesting to me to be like, I wonder how actual realistic this is. It doesn't take away from the entertainment of it, because you need the story at the end of the day. Anyway, back to what I'm saying here. When he gets in the plane the first time after that, and you can see his eyes on it, yeah. I think I've been colouring this in and not actually getting it, which is great, isn't it? Good job. Good job by me, good job. Anyway, the first time he gets back in the plane, yeah, after the accident, and there's this like close up of his eyes, and he's the way he portrays that much emotion for this eye shot. There's like this, yeah, it's pretty fantastic acting, to be fair. Because he's got like the mask on, hasn't he? He's just put the mask on. He's put the mask on for the oxygen and stuff, I guess. And obviously he's got his helmet on, so it looks like this. All you can see is this. That's the only profile you can see of him. And he's showing so much just from that. And I rated that, to be fair. And I was like, wow, that's actually quality acting. Which is interesting because like this is part of the whole idea of the Top Gun school being like the place where they'll go, and it's like the aviators being a big part of the whole thing. One of the most important scenes to me in terms of the acting of the film was that, like I say, just unbelievable. I really rated it. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting little storyline plot points. So yeah, they get super lucky, Maverick and Goose, to even get into the Top Gun in the end. Things just fell in their lap in a weird way. They're obviously a good pilot. They're obviously a good team, and he's a good pilot in that. But in the end, they get super fortunate that the person that was actually the best candidate fell out. He just lost his belly, basically, is a better way of phrasing it, to be honest. He just lost his belly. Did that show up? Yeah, it does show up. He lost his belly, so they get super lucky. They get into this prestigious... Although the film portrayed it, I've not actually looked into it, but the film portrayed it as being a real thing, the Top Gun flight school, which I like the idea, and I bet there is some kind of pilot school, obviously. Otherwise, how do you get people in these unbelievably expensive pieces of kit? You wouldn't. The only way you're going to get them, unless it's like Formula One, in which case you just need to know the right people and have basically a rich person background. Have lived a pretty privileged life for the most part. Most people in that kind of world, you have to be part of the world, basically, be born into it. There's no real way of jumping in there. Anyway, the one thing I didn't get on this rewatch was too much about Maverick's dad, and I'm trying to think about, that's a pretty big plot point of the thing, is his dad was a pilot, but I can't really remember exactly how important that is to the plot, to be honest. Now it's escaping me, but like I say, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? It's just about the idea. I am terrible at colouring. I can't even stand the lines. Alright, that's another really important part for me to talk about anyway, personally. Is one, Kenny Loggins is so great, I can't lie. He produced the soundtrack to the best film ever made, and that's Footloose, yeah. No debate, yeah. Footloose is the best film ever made. I'm saying it right here. Saying it now. It is what it is. He made the soundtrack to the best film ever in Footloose. And he also made the soundtrack for this with Highway to the Danger Zone. Epic, yeah. And it belongs with the fighter jet aesthetic. So much so, like, there's I forget exactly, I'll butcher this probably, but I swear it's one of the heists. I forget what the heist is called. The heist where you're on like a cargo ship, not cargo ship, on the, what's that? Like the aircraft carrier. You're on the aircraft carrier. Why do words escape me sometimes? Why does it have to be such a way that it escapes me? Anyway, you're on the aircraft carrier and you're doing something to do with that. The Merryweather thing or something, I can't remember specifically which one it was. Doomsday is what it's called, Doomsday. Anyway, you have to go steal a jet from this aircraft carrier. And as you're flying off, guess what plays? That's right. Kenny Loggins, Kenny L. Because he did like a studio DJ thing for GTA 5 as well. That's what I'm talking about. Apologies if I just went off on a tangent and didn't even make any sense. But anyway, you get on a fighter jet. You steal a fighter jet in GTA 5, and as you're flying away from the aircraft carrier, it plays automatically. Highway to the danger zone. Kicks in, boom, epic. What a moment! It feels amazing. Yeah, you feel like you're one of the boys in Top Gun. Amazing. I quite like the little scene as well when I like all the singing scenes. I like the singing scenes in this film actually. When they try and say, I forget what the lass's name. What's the lass's name? What is the lass's name? I forget the lass's name. The love interest that actually works at Top Gun. The civilian specialist or whatever she was. Is that what she was? I can't remember now. I'm on the highway to the danger zone. Yeah, to be honest, that's only one of the only bits I don't really like about the film, is that just I wasn't really sure that she would be digging Tom Cruise's character that much. Maverick that much, especially from the first moment they met. But it's okay, because it's not like it wasn't a horrible relationship. I just didn't really feel the realism of it that bit. Goose and his partner, that's what was sad. That was a sad bit as well when Maverick had to go and speak to, well, not even speak, he just was chirped up and took the things across to him. Also, Val Kilmer plays a good role in this, in Iceman. Good role. Also, I swear that the principal from Back to the Future is also like one of the teachers in this or something. I swear that was him. Probably not though. I'm on a highway to the danger zone. Yeah, I really like all the air combat dogfight scenes. They're pretty fun. I also like his whole coming of age, learning of lessons story. Where he's a bit hot-headed and all that to suit the Maverick moniker. The moniker of the Maverick. And, it takes... This is what I always say anyway, personally, so it fits with the narrative of this, so it's cool, I guess, but basically I don't think many people learn a lesson in life unless, even when it's staring them right in the face to do better, until something really horrible or drastic happens, and then that forces you to make that change in your life. And that's basically what happened with Maverick. It took losing Goose, and in the tragic way that it happened. It was just an accident, but that's the kind of thing. You was with him, and he's your guy. You got to protect him. You're the one flying. So I feel like he's going to blame himself for the rest of his life. Unfortunately, he might learn to live with it, and use it as ammunition. and it seemed like it made him a better person slash pilot. And that's what I mean. So I feel like you sometimes need these kind of really horrible, life-changing type events like that before you decide to make a change as a person, which is horrible. Basically, we don't change a lot of the time as people unless we're forced to. And so I did like the realism of that, I guess. That why would he change who he is when he doesn't have to pay the price until it's too late? And the worst part is, for that, he didn't really do anything too wrong, but he was always pushing the limits, wasn't he, doing stuff he wasn't supposed to, and that's the whole point of listening. So I mean, that was sad. And yeah, like I say, there's lots of good dogfight scenes. They're good. And I liked most of the dynamics between the characters. I liked most of the dynamics between the characters. Real sloppy job there, to be honest, but it is what it is. It'd take me all day if I was just sitting here like doing it properly, and it'd be rubbish anyway because I'm not that good at art. Not that good at art. Not that good at art. So yeah, you've got, like I say, one of the most important parts I think is the idea that Maverick is, rebellious. He's rebellious. He's gifted. He is a very good pilot, but he's got like his own. He's got an axe to grind, I guess, because of his father. So that's an important plot point, I guess. He's constantly pushing the limit of what push it to the limit. I should have used that as well, to be fair, in the soundtrack, but oh well. He's constantly pushing the edge, constantly pushing the edge, constantly pushing the edge. To the point of being dangerous, pushing the boundaries too far sometimes. Too far. Let's do this bit because there was like red and blue or something one day, I think. Something like that. Ours will be red and blue, so. And we've not got much red. Do we put a red tip on this just for a laugh? Like when you get the. Yeah, he constantly pushes the boundaries really, maybe too far a lot of the time. Maybe too far, maybe too far. I missed one. So anyway, then you got that. So that's the first part. Then you got rivalry. There's a lot of rivalry action going on in this film, especially between Maverick and Iceman. There's a lot of ego, but you know, for the most part, Iceman's right in it. Like you got to respect the boundaries. That's what keeps everyone safe and going back home to their families as best you can, anyway. Especially in such a dangerous field. I quite like the scene when it's like, oh, that's not. I forget what they did. I forget what the thing was. There was a certain plane they'd not really encountered too much, but they had encountered it where he like inverted and flew upside down, which was madness. It kind of set the tone, didn't it? For like, yep, this guy is maybe a bit full of himself, but maybe a bit special at the same time. It's finding that edge, isn't it? And you're not going too far past it. It's usually the balance of life. Pencil, and then like I say, it'll just not sharpen it up. It'll annoy me. So yeah, that's quite important. You know, it's quite important. You know, because especially with the way they eventually go on to have like a bit of mutual respect at the end of the film, Maverick and Iceman. It's like that's quite an important character of the story, right? Quite characteristic. Probably the most important thing of all in this film is it gave me an unbelievable amount of respect. What colour is that? Is that green? An unbelievable amount of respect for those that can do this job. Unbelievable. It takes so much, and like as it was like kind of mentioned multiple times, especially that scene in the locker room after Goose passes with I forget the name. I don't know the guy's name, but one of the superiors comes in and he's like, oh, you got it's just part of the game, basically. Unfortunately, part of the life. If you want to be in this world, that's what's going to happen. You're going to lose people. So yeah, the people that they can fly these things, one, and also like risk their lives to protect, you know, their country and that. Crazy, unbelievable, to be fair. Special. Could do with. I'm on the way to the dangers unknown. So yeah, it takes a lot of skill to be one of these guys. Cannot lie. Yeah. I really like I forgot what they're singing now. Is the bit, that little scene on the piano when they're all singing together. That was nice. Yeah, I've not got too much to say, to be honest, now, to be honest. It's a good film, isn't it? It's a good film, good watch. Good characters, good cast, good dialogue for the most part. I can't think of anything that jumps at me right now, apart from goodness gracious, great bars of fire. That's what I was thinking, wasn't it? Like I say, nothing's jumping out at me, unfortunately. On top of, you know what it is. Yeah, like I say, it's just a classic coming of age type story where you look, the hero goes on the hero type journey to become better, and you know, they learn the lessons that unfortunately had to learn the hard way. Got type film, isn't it? It's one of those. Really struggling with this pencil now. We're still going though. We're still somehow finding a little bit here, a little bit there. Hopefully that gives the desired effect there. I wanted to be like a sky. Hopefully it looks like that. If not, I fumbled it, if not. What is this? I kind of want to leave Top Gun colour, no, not colour in basically. Is my thinking. I feel like it pops a bit then, right? I don't know. Obviously I could do it in something like a red or something and it really pop, but I think it's better to leave it as it is. Tell you what, that might be it, you know. I can't really think of what else to set it off. Apart from obviously just tidying up a touch, but I can only add so many different light bits of blue. Before you just gotta say, oh yeah, probably not gonna get any more in there. You know, I'm not really sure what else there is to say about the film, to be honest. I'm having a bit of a blank. Obviously, they brought out a sequel to it as well, didn't they? That was quite good. The only thing I will say, there is an element of I didn't know what was with a lot of like the in the air scenes. Was he actually fighting somebody, or was it just scenario war games, for example? Was it just war game type scenarios, or was there actually an enemy? I didn't really get that, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I can only assume they're just like maybe patrolling some kind of area, but they didn't question. They didn't really mention that too directly that I actually took it in. So maybe they did, but I didn't take it in. It wasn't portrayed enough to lie. That's what's happening. And like I say, a lot of it, obviously the bit in the school was all drills and stuff. Was all drill-based scenarios, drill-based scenarios, and I think that bit at the end is obviously for real. But like what? Yeah, there was just little bits like that which could have made a bit more sense to me, but it didn't. And you know, it is what it is, I guess. Not everything has to make sense to me. The film wasn't made for me, so me specifically. Yeah. Other than that, like I say, Top Gun, good film. Rated it. I was just gonna say what was that noise, but I think it's some birds flying. Birds flying across. So if you can hear them, you can. Well done to you. You're lucky. You got to hear the flying of the ducks. The Quack Attacker's back, Jack. Talking of films, some of the best films ever is easily the Mighty Duck films. The Mighty Duck films are epic. But yeah, this has been Top Gun. I have been ASMR Heavy, aka Big Dan, aka Best Bud, aka the goods deliverer, the deliverer of goods, like a postman, like an ASMR based postman. and hopefully I delivered for you today. Like a fighter jet flying through the sky. Highway to the danger zone. But there's no danger here, just relaxation hopefully. Apart from a bit of like knocking the camera or something stupid like that, yeah, which I often do, unfortunately. These have been the handy dandy pencils of destiny. Pencils of destiny. The pencils that infuriate me to snap them into pieces. SpongeBob karate. SpongeBob karate. The next film will be Silence of the Lambs, which is good because I might not have too much to say about this one, which says a good job. It's coloured it in for me to a degree. Yeah, this one's been Top Gun. The story of Pete Mitchell and how he goes on to be. It's coming of age-esque story. It's personal growth story from being a cocky know-it-all, arrogant pilot in the Navy. They're in the Navy, I'm pretty sure they mentioned that anyway. To being, a bit more humble. As a very that was a word in my head, but it's gone. Basically, he's been humbled by life in the worst way possible, unfortunately for him. But he's learned his lesson and he's willing to do better and show his skills and talents in the correct manner. Other than that, there's only one thing left to say. If you enjoyed this video, that's awesome. Thanks so much for watching. And other than that, the thing that I would like to say is have a great day. As we fly away like a Top Gun pilot. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, for real. I really do appreciate it. I really do. Appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if not, it is what it is. I appreciate you watching to this point anyway. And if you did appreciate it, thanks so much. That's awesome. Other than that though, yeah. Have a great day. Cheers, all the best. God bless.